What's on YouTube, it's PTT and welcome back to another video. I also welcome you to my first ever Monster Hunter World video. Now, I know there's going to be some questions. One of the biggest one has been, Pete, why is it taking you so long to upload a Monster Hunter video? And well, there is a very good reason for that, guys. One I'd like to take a minute to explain. So I've been playing now for approximately 126 hours and I have streamed every single minute of it. The reason I didn't want to upload any videos to begin with is twofold. One, I wanted to actually play through the game. I have been so addicted to it, I just couldn't draw myself away to make a video. Two, I wanted to make sure that I had experienced everything in the game. One, obviously to make sure that I still wanted to carry on playing it and would enjoy it, which I do. And two, because I wanted to be able to make videos that were useful to you guys and I'd learn as much as I could learn. You know, Monster Hunter is new to me. It's my first trip into a Monster Hunter game, as it is for an awful lot of people. And I didn't want to go and do a half-assed video that, you know, had a lot of rubbish in it because I didn't know what I was talking about. So all of that's aside now, I've had my learning curve. I've come up against a very steep learning curve. I have had a couple of brick walls thrown at me that I just couldn't get over, thanks, you know, to a lot of people helping me. Without a doubt, Arekkz is by far one of the most helpful people out there. Has helped me so much in learning this game and getting my head around some of the mechanics of it. I will of course link his video in the description box down below. If you guys want to watch some truly awesome Monster Hunter content, I highly recommend going and checking out his channel when he does weapon guides and breakdowns and tutorials and things like that. They're like 20-30 minute videos that go into absolutely everything. You will not find a better YouTuber that covers Monster Hunter World than Arekkz. So yeah, head on over, show him some love, and yeah, all of that aside, guys, let's jump into this video. This is a basic introduction to Astera. There are a lot of things in Monster Hunter World that are confusing when you first start out. One of them is your home base. Okay, there's a lot of things in the home base that I missed, I skipped past, I didn't fully understand. Now I do understand them. I wanted to bring them to you guys and basically walk you through everything you should know about in the home base. You know, it's important, it will help you out to no end. So all of that aside, let's just jump straight into it. Welcome to Astera, guys. This is your home base. This is where you will be spending most of your time when you're not out hunting monsters, killing monsters, gathering herbs, investigating the world, or whatever else it is you like to do inside of Monster Hunter. Now there are an awful lot of things to go through in the base that I think you should know about, but by far the most important and the one we're going to cover first is this one here. This is the quest board and the item box. The item box we will get onto in a minute. The quest board we will cover now. So you simply come over and you interact with the quest board, and you are then given, you know, your first drop down menu. You have post a new quest, join a quest, and online session. Online session is very simple. You search for an online session, you create an online session, which is what I do all of the time, or you have the squad session search. Now I will go into squad session searches in a later video when I actually tell you how to create a squad and the benefits of being in a squad, but for now I would just always advise going to create your own online session when you join in, or obviously search for an online session if you do want to go through matchmaking. Then you have join a quest. Okay, again, this is kind of another form of matchmaking. Now, you can go to the available quests when you're in a team, and a team member or yourself obviously posts up a quest, or you have respond to SOS. This is something you will do a fair bit if you're playing by yourself and you want to play with other people, because the respond to SOS allows you to join other people's quests. Now, you can actually be very specific in what you would like to do here. You can go for no preferences and just search for an SOS flare as is, and it will find you, you know, games that you can join in. It can find you investigations and events if people have fired up an SOS flare, or it will just find you optional and assigned quests. However, if you're very specific and, you know, you pick a certain monster, this is a feature I love, by the way, the fact that you can narrow things down to a certain monster. Say you want to do this one here, we select Val Hassak, and boom, there we go. There are some investigations here for Val Hassak. I can then, of course, be even more kind of specific. I can have no monster and go to no preference, but I can say I want a 9-star rating one, so I'm talking end game here, and it will try to find me here we go. We've got some tempered end game quests going on right here that I will be able to join in on. Very, very cool. Okay, I do like the way the SOS system works, even though there are a few matchmaking issues on Xbox at the moment. Definitely get used to this, guys. If you play by yourself, I do a lot, this will become your best friend, either firing SOS flares out on quest or joining in if you're after something that you don't have a specific investigation for. Then we have post a new quest. Okay, this is where it comes down to you. You have assigned, optional, investigation, and events. Assigned, these are your main story quests. Okay, the blue level stars, these are all your low rank tier, and the orange stars are when you get into the high rank tier. Okay, that is all. There actually isn't an awful lot of main quests. Okay, but there is enough to keep you going for quite a few hours. What it comes down to, ultimately, are these two. These are your optional quests and your investigations. Optional quests are very important. They are, again, broken down into your star tiered ratings. So you have 1 star, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Just counting there to make sure it was 8, because I'm sure there's 9 stars, but then I remembered 9 stars tempered, so we can cover that in a later video. Right, so your blue ones, as I said, are low rank, and your orange ones are high rank, guys. Now, you want to be doing your optional quests as much as possible, okay? These quests here are good. They help you out. They give you rewards. As you can see in the bottom right hand corner of the screen, it says who gives it to you. So this is the muscular chef, but it also says that it unlocks a new canteen ingredient on the first time completion. Now, anything that rewards you with something or unlocks something for you, have a little chat box next to it. As you can see, top left of the screen, we're looking at fungal flexing in the ancient forest. There is a mushroom picture, but there is a text box or chat box next to it. This indicates you will get a special reward or unlock when you complete that, and that is the same for nearly every single rank. Okay, there are things that you unlock. Now you can unlock mantles here, you can unlock ingredients for foods and things like that, so there's a lot. Okay, as you go through these, you will also earn Zenny. You will also earn a lot of XP. You know, XP is something you will need a lot of when you start getting through high rank and you're looking to hit, you know, Hunter rank 100, and you're on the very, very, very long grind that is, you know, your level 15 to level 100 Hunter rank grind. It is, without a doubt, a lot of fun, but it is very difficult and tedious. So, you know, best advice I can give you here, guys, as you're going through, you do your optional quests. They are very, very important. Then you have your investigations. Now, for me, all of these are tempered because I am on to, you know, the end game investigations and things like that. But this is where you select an investigation. You can manage investigations somewhere else on the map. I will cover that later on. But this is where you actually select an investigation to go on to. Okay, you can pick where you want to go. I'm not going to do it because it saves it and takes away my attempts. But you can go straight into it here, and you can give yourself all the different rewards and things like that. And investigations are very important. You definitely want to be doing them as you play through the game, along with the optional quest. It will become where you spend most of your time when you've done your main story. Okay, you will be doing optional quests, you will be doing investigations, you will be doing events. These are events here. You can see we have a rank 7, a rank 6, and a rank 2. These are special events. They give you Zenny. Obviously, you kill the monsters, trap the monsters, you can get all of their parts and things like that. So very, very useful there. That is the quest board. We're going to move on to the item box now. Now, the next thing of note then, guys, is this thing. This is the item box, and it is very, very important, okay? I cannot believe it, but I actually thought the only way you could carry things in this game is what you could hold in your item pouch, and I thought this for a very long time. So for quite a while, I was running around with very limited resources. That is not the case. You can actually take things out of your item pouch and you can put them directly into your item box. You can also take things directly out of your item box. This is very good because it means you can stockpile resources, and that is definitely something you are going to want to do. If you're out on investigations or you're out on expedition and you see things, pick them up. When you're full, you can put them into your item box. 9 out of 10 things, guys, will be extremely useful to you as you play through the game. Some not so much until later on. Of course, you won't unlock the ability to find everything until later on in the game. But it is definitely worth noting, okay, you have this box. It is very similar to the stash in the Division or the Destiny Vault. You put things in, they stay there, you take them out when you need it. It is very, very useful. Now, let's talk about the next thing. This is something that to me is very well done. And that is the crafting system, okay? There's a lot of thought and a lot has gone into the crafting system for Monster Hunter, and it is something that seriously impresses me. I love games that have a crafting system in them, especially when they work as well as this. So, as you can see, there are 13 pages here of things that you are able to craft. Now, some of them will be question marked out for you early on in the game. Some of them won't be. Some of them you will need to find on your own. Some of them will be given to you at certain points of the game as you do certain quests and things like that. But basically what you do is you come into your crafting list, and you can do this anywhere. You can do this through the box, you can do this out in the world, you can do it anywhere, okay? You come to the crafting list and you can see here we have a potion. For that we need 2 herbs. I have 2 herbs in my chest, so that will allow me to make 2 potions. And then I don't have them, so it goes grey on the menu. Basically anything in white or yellow, as you can see, it's quite bright text. They're the things that you have the resources to craft. The things in a darker colour, you don't have the materials to craft them, okay? I definitely recommend, guys, that you go through this list and you work out what you need, and even go out and do some hunts and things like that to get specific things to help you make your potions and your antidotes and things like that, as they will be very useful later on in the game. Next, you have the ability to sell items directly from your item box. Not something that I recommend. There are far better ways to make zenny, and everything that you get in your crafting box is going to be useful, okay? If you can pick it up and you can put it in your box, do that. Don't sell it. You really don't want to be selling things, guys, unless you've got, you know, hundreds of the same thing. Keep it all, because later down the line you will need it. I'm now at a point where I'm playing the end game, but I'm having to go back to low rank to kill certain monsters, because when I hit high rank I thought, okay, I don't need any of the low rank gear, but now I'm trying to make different weapons and armor sets and things like that. You actually do need those lower rank materials, so hold on to everything, be a hoarder. You can thank me later. Next then you have this. This is the change equipment. You heard me talk a little bit earlier when we were looking at the quest board that you could unlock mantles and things like that. This is how you change said mantles. This is also how you change your weapons and your armor and things like that. I did not know this page existed for about 50 hours into the game, and my god did my life change when I knew about it, okay? So these things here, these are mantles. They can be unlocked in various different ways, and I'm actually going to go ahead and link Arekkz's video in the description down below. He will talk you through how to get every single mantle, a video that I'm following at the moment to try and unlock them all myself. Now, these all do different things, okay? You have the Vitality Mantle, the Ghillie Mantle, the Glider Mantle, various, you know, proofing mantles against ice and thunder or water and fire. I will let Arekkz's video do the description and talking far better than what I can, so watch that linked in the video description. But this is how you change them. You simply select it and boom, it is equipped. I went for so long not using mantles because I didn't know how to equip them, okay? The same can be said for boosters and things like that. You can change up, you know, your mantles, you can change boosters, you can change decorations, you can change weapons, and you can change all of your armor pieces from this one screen. Something else, actually, I nearly forgot about it. Manage loadouts. You can see that on the left hand side of the screen there. You have loadouts, guys. You have 14 pages. You can make 112 loadouts, and my god, is this amazing. You can make a full set. You can make a mix set, and you can change them on the fly. So as an example here, I have my Lagiana set. This is a full Lagiana high rank set, the same with the Neo Gigante set. If I wanted to simply select that, I could just click on it and it will do it. In fact, let me just make sure that I have this one set up, register loadout, so that I don't mess up my build. But look, if I hit my Lagiana set, boom, I'm now in a full Lagiana set. If I click this one, I'm in my near gigante set. If I want my bow damage build, then boom, I can put my bow damage build on. If I want to go out farming gear, then boom, I can have my farming set on. Actually, talking of farming, I will link another one of Arekkz's videos that was actually done by Paradise. He made a brilliant farming set. If you're after certain materials, I will link that in the video description as well. That is a very helpful video to watch. But yeah, loadouts are very good. Save your loadouts as you go, guys. It will make your life a lot easier. But yeah, this change equipment screen is very important. You know, get used to it. Decorations I'm not going to worry about in this video because this is, you know, an end game thing when you start getting jewels, but I will cover it in a later video. And yeah, that's pretty much your item box there, guys. The next kind of important thing I want to take you to is this place here. This is the resource center. This is exceptionally important if you want to upgrade your armor, and there is a very good reason for that. If we skip through all of this, okay, we're greeted by this screen: register bounties, manage investigations, and complete deliveries. We're going to start off with register bounties. Okay, these will change as you level up. I can't show you the lower level ones because I'm no longer a lower level, but as you level up you get more of these. You can select whatever one you want. Normally these are all empty and you actually have to pick what bounty you would like to apply, and as you can see, this one here, field research bone piles. Gather 21 times at bone piles. This will give me 250 research points and a hard armor sphere. This one here is a coral highlands. Again, later on in the game, it's a later area, but the, you know, the principle's the same. You get research points, you get armor spheres for upgrading your armor. You can get advanced armor spheres as you go through, and yeah, this is very important, guys. Before you go on an expedition, before you go on an investigation, always make sure that your bounties are full, and every time you come back to Astera, make sure you go and see if any of them are completed and you can hand them in to get rewards. Next, you have the critical bounties. These are a little bit more complex. Well, they're not complex. They require a bit more focus to do because they're not really to deal with your monsters and things like that as much as going out and maybe capturing smaller monsters or doing very specific things. These do need to be done most of the time on expeditions. You can, of course, get these done and they will unlock different things for you. Then you have the weekly limited bounty. Now, these can be done once a week. There are 3 different bounties to complete. They will change again each week and they will change on your level. And then when you've done all 3 of them, you will get the general limited bounty, which is to complete all 3 of them. This will give you 500 research points, a gold wyvern print, which is pretty much useless until you get later on in the game, so I won't explain it in this video, and a golden egg. The golden egg, however, you can sell for a fair chunk of zenny. So yeah, come and check them, see if you can do them. I wouldn't expect you to do these at a lower level, but it is handy how to know how to do them. Now let's talk investigations. Again, I go back to when we were on the quest board and I said you could manage your investigations. You do this through this screen, okay? These are all the investigations I have. Now, as you can see, these are orange stars. That is because they are high rank. I don't have any blue stars left because I got rid of them all because they're kind of useless to you when you hit the high rank. But yeah, you know, you have them here. This is how you manage them. If you want to put an investigation so that you can then select it on the board, you simply select it. That then means I can go to the board and I can select that particular investigation. If they don't have a tick on them, then they won't appear for you to be able to do them. Now, you can only register 50 of them at a time, so you know, keep on top of this, guys. You can only hold 250 investigations at one time. After that, you will unlock investigations, but they won't show up. So always keep on top of your investigations. Either do them or delete them. If you want to delete them, you simply press Y, delete this quest. Yes, boom. There goes that one. It opens up the space for you to get some more. And this is why, again, you need to keep on top of them, because when you get to high rank and you've got 250 low tier blue investigations, you won't get any of the higher rank ones. And then, of course, as you level up even more and you start getting all of these tempered ones, you're going to want room to pick up your tempered quests. Okay, this makes up your end game. You need the room to get them. Otherwise, yeah, you're wasting yourself, guys. And then, of course, you have complete deliveries. These are, you will see a yellow exclamation mark out in the open world. You can talk to people. They will give you upgrades. You can see here, this one gives me a hard harvest box to upgrade. This one gives me new camps in the ancient forest. Some of them give you mantles, so you get certain rewards by them. Some of them give you food and ingredients for the canteen. So again, definitely worth making sure you come and get familiar with the resource center, the quest board, the item box, and you know how they work. Next, what are we going next? Where are we going next? Let's introduce you to this guy. This is the provision stockpilist. He can basically sell you certain bits of gear. You can buy straight to your pouch, or you can buy items directly to your box. Again, this is very cool, okay? Let's actually show you this. So power coatings, I use a bow, okay? I want, let's say, I know, 1,000. Let's go and buy 1,000 coatings because I do use power coatings an awful lot, okay? Now, you can only hold 50 power coatings on your person at one time, but I can buy 1,000 of them and put them directly into my box. That then means I can go to my box and withdraw them 50 at a time. It is also worth noting that the box I showed you earlier, they are out in the open world as well. When you're out in certain areas, be that the ancient forest or the elder recess, coral highlands, if you go to a camp, there is a chest, so you can access all of your items in the chest in the camp, so you don't have to keep coming back to Astera every time you want to grab something. You can buy directly to your pouch as well. You can buy potions, antidotes, barrel bombs, shock traps. You can buy coatings for your bows and your bow guns, and God knows, guys, there is so much here that you can buy. Definitely recommend coming in, having a look, read through everything he has, because some of them, where are they? Some of them are very, very important. These two here, they cost a lot of zenny, but they are extremely useful. This is a power charm and an armor charm, okay? You can carry one of each, but if you buy two of them, you can turn an armor charm and a power charm into an armor talon and a power talon. So you can have an armor talon, an armor charm, and a power talon and a power charm, and these will increase your damage output and your defense. I will go into these a little bit more detailed later on, because you know that's more of an advanced thing of what to carry when you go on hunts. But yeah, that is your provision stockpilist, guys. You can buy lots of things from him. On this side of the map over here, there are several useful things. You have this one here. This is extremely useful. This is the botanical garden. You can get more slots as you go through and do your optional quests. We spoke about them earlier, but basically you can cultivate certain things. Again, you need to go through optional quests to get these unlocked and to be able to add more ingredients to them, but you can, you know, select all of these different things. Parachute. This is used to make tranquilizer bombs. I can select it and put it into my cultivating, and as you're going and doing quests, it's growing for you, so you don't have to go into the open world to find them. You can use your research center here to do this. Now you can fertilize these in various different ways, extending durations, making you harvest quicker, making you harvest even more. So you can see the bitter bugs here. I can harvest 2 at a time. If I use the thick summoner jelly, it will actually give me 8 of them at a time, which is again very good. The same for the mushrooms here. You can have the soft soil, which extends the duration of the fertilizer and things like that. So come and have a little look at the research center. You know, use this early on in the game to make yourself, you know, to get your herbs and things to make potions or your antidotes, because you will go through them quite a bit. And then of course you have your collect harvest here, where you simply collect everything you want. Now you can use this to, you know, cultivate mite seeds and things like that to actually sell for zenny, but I wouldn't recommend that lower on in the game. That's more something for later. This person here, this is the Ecological Research guy, okay? He is very important. He will help you out a great deal. For starters, when we get into him here, you can see your research levels for each monster, okay? These change as you kill them, as you hunt them, as you find their footsteps and things like that. You have special investigations. These will come up later on in the game. These are all top tier quests when you're in high rank for elder dragons and things like that. This one though is the very important one. This is your monster hunter guide. This is very important. It will help you out a great deal. I still use this now when I go out on hunts before I kill certain things. Basically come over, have a look and go, right, let's say we're going to hunt this great Jaguarus. We can read up on him. We can find out what he likes to do and not like to do. We can find out a bit about his physiology. We can see that his head is breakable, his chest is breakable, and obviously on this one, his tail and things aren't breakable. We can see that he is weak to certain elements. The great Jaguarus in particular is weak to fire, but if you were to try and hit him with a dragon weapon, then it wouldn't do as much damage. He can also be poisoned, put to sleep, paralyzed, blasted, and stunned. Now these change on each monster, as you can see if I scroll through some of them here, so it is definitely worth noting. Example here, look, Toby Kadashi has a red X on Thunder. You're going to do next to no damage, if any, using a Thunder weapon against a Thunder monster. These are very useful, guys. If you don't know what weapons you should be using against certain monsters, come and read through your monster guide. You can also find out what low rank and high rank rewards can drop from certain parts. So you can say, right, if I want a tail, I need to come and sever that tail. I can get, let's say here, look, the Wyvern gem from killing and capturing Toby and carving his body, and a rewards, I can get the gem, but it is extremely rare. It only has 1 star to it. Very useful. Of course, you can access this out in the field. You can press start and you can come across to your hunter's notes and open up your book. This can be done in the field. You then have access to your map, your monster field guide, and weapon controls. It will actually talk you through how to use your weapons and useful combos and things like that. So very, very useful. The guide, the book, is something that I am trying to work my way through and get all the information for all the different monsters. It has helped me out a lot as far as learning goes. Like I said, I'm new to the Monster Hunter franchise, so all of these kind of things to me are helpful. Now finally for this video, guys, I want to introduce you here to the Smithy and the Armourer. You wouldn't believe it, but I spent the first 25 hours in the beginning armour because I didn't understand the crafting system. Something I intend to correct for you guys. I will do more in-depth and breakdown videos on this, but the basics of it are, this is the Smithy. You need to keep coming here to craft yourself better weapons and better armour, and upgrade current weapons and armour to better versions of themselves. Now you can also change equipment here. We spoke about this earlier. You can do it through the chest, but you can do it through the Smithy. You can set your decorations, you can manage your kinsects, change your bowgun, forge palico equipment. Obviously the palico is your cat. Very important you upgrade his gear as well as yours to make him more useful, guys. As you can see here, this leather set is what you will start off with your palico. His weapon has 25 melee damage and 14 range, whereas if we go up to the kind of end game sets, you can see that his armor goes up defensively, but his weapon goes up in damage as well. So very good to keep on top of your palico as well as yourselves. Now, as far as forging equipment go, it is actually very simple when you know how the system works and you get used to it. If you want to forge equipment, you click forge, you have weapons, armor, and eventually you will unlock charms, but again, that's for a later video. This is basic. Let's say we want a weapon. We then have the option of all the different weapons in game. You can pick, whatever one you want. Let's say we want to create a longsword. We come onto it and you can see you have an iron katana, you have the wyvern blade, I have a bone weapon there, I have, well, various different weapons that I can pick from. If you come over using left back, right back on your controller, then you can see all the skill tree for certain weapons, okay? You can then obviously pick what you would like to craft. So let's say, I don't know, what do we want to do? What do I have the gear to do? A bone one I actually have. I can't make that one. Let's make an ore tree, okay? Requires 200 zenny. Proceed. We'll watch a little cutscene here, and your sword, your weapon will then come out to you, and you will have it. There we go. You then have an option to equip it now or not. So I'm going to go with no. I don't want to equip it. From there, you need to upgrade your equipment. So we come back out to the upgrade equipment tree and we find, the weapon that we just had. Where was it? We just made here, the iron katana. We want to upgrade that. Now we come back to this tree and now it is all about upgrading. So for the next upgrade, I need 2 iron ore. Very simple. I can upgrade that there and then. Equip now. No. Now you have an option to change trees. I can carry on along this iron ore tree here and make my way to these near gigantic ones down here, Or I can opt to go one more forward and come down the Yaku tree here and have a shock weapon. I can choose to come down to the Kalu Yaku tree and go across this way for a sleeping weapon. That then obviously drops down to the Uragan tree to have a solar weapon, and of course it goes on and on, guys, depending on where you want to go. Now obviously you need to keep an eye and have a look at what materials you need. You will of course need Zenny, and as you start getting up into the higher weapons you will need a lot of Zenny. Look here, we need 32,000, 56,000 Zenny, and of course you are going to need Elder Dragon parts to make these. These are very late on end game weapons, but you know, it is a system that I was unfamiliar with. I didn't know how it worked, and again I was using very basic weapons and armor for a very long time in the game. And this works the same way with armor. You know, you can go to your armor, you can craft a bit of armor, and then you can upgrade said pieces of armor. And you know, there's a lot of armor pieces, as you can see here in the game, guys, when you start getting through all of the dragons. But I will go into that in a lot of detail later on in another video. Of course, you know, you have low rank and you have high rank gear and things as well. You have your charms. When it comes to upgrading equipment, I will actually cover this because this is something that I didn't know how to do. So you let's go to upgrade. We'll do it right from the beginning. Upgrade equipment. Okay, here. I'm going to upgrade this piece of gear here. You will open up this screen. Now, I don't expect early on for you to have these here. These come later on, but you will have an armor sphere. I obviously don't have any, I can't show you, but I can use some of these ones. To upgrade your gear, you can see it says level 1, defense 64. To next level, I need 40 points. Now, you can see that on the Armor Sphere Plus, I actually have 39 of them, and they give me 5 points per one. So to upgrade that, I simply keep going forward until I've hit the 40 points. That will require 8 of my Armor Sphere Pluses. Now, you can keep doing this until you max said armor piece out. For this piece of gear, that is 24 of them. But again, if you're doing your bounties and things like that, guys, you will get an awful lot of these. When you've selected how many you want, you press A again and you go down to upgrade. You obviously hand over the required amount of Zenny, and that will maximize your piece of gear. This will increase your defense dramatically, as you just saw. Now, as you play through the game, you'll get access to advanced armor spheres and hard armor spheres. As you can see, the hard armor spheres actually offer you 80 points per one, so it only takes 2 of them to fully maximize my near giganti armor there. The advanced armor spheres offer you 20, so it takes longer, but you will get access to these as you play through the game. But that, guys, just it tells you how to upgrade your gear so that you can have a basic understanding of it and improve your weapons and your armor as you play through. Now, again, like I said, I will break down later on, the crafting system, how best to upgrade your gear. I will go into skills and builds and sets and things like that, because, there's actually a lot of build diversity, and there are a lot of different ways to mid-max your build for a certain weapon type, a certain play style, and things like that. I'm actually going to hop on a quest here while I finish off my little chat here. I'm going to go and do one of my optional quests because I still need to do this one here. But yeah, again, guys, I want to bring you a lot of videos on Monster Hunter. I know they've taken a while. I know this one's gone on a little bit, but I wanted to bring you some hints and tips and basic things that helped me out as I went through the game, and things that I stumbled on and bits like that. If you have any questions and you're struggling with certain aspects of the game, you don't understand it, let me know in the comment section down below. I will of course do my best to help you where I can. If you have any videos that you would like to see, maybe you'd like to see a bow build or sword build guide, maybe you'd like to see guides to the Elder Dragons and how to defeat them and things like that, then let me know. I would of course love to do as many videos for you guys as possible. I want to make them helpful and informative, and I would like to bring them to you in an order that you want to see them. So get typing and let me know. But for now, I think that's going to wrap up my basic guide to Astera and what you need to know there in your homeland. There is a few more things that are worthy of note, but I don't think they fall into the basic category, so I'm going to leave them there. Maybe I'll do an advanced introduction to Astera where I can actually talk you through you know, some of the more advanced things there, and, you know, the gathering hub and bits and pieces like that. But for now, guys, that is going to be the video. Like I said, hopefully you found it helpful and useful. If you did, then a like would be seriously appreciated. Consider subscribing to the channel. A lot more Monster Hunter videos coming your way. Make sure, come follow me on twitch.tv/p3t3tt. As I said at the beginning of the video, I'm 120 hours into the game now, and I have streamed every single minute of it. I enjoy playing this game, I enjoy streaming, I enjoy getting people in and helping them, you know, getting you through some of the quests that you're struggling with and things like that. So come and check me out. Links, again, in the description down below to Arekkz and Paradise and things like that. Come and check them out. Have a good day, guys. Thank you very much, as always, for watching. And until the next video, I'll catch you all soon. Bye.